Welcome to an extremely interesting start to our Pro Wrestling Zone. So basically what happened...
Apparently, Tiger Height does not know how to clear shit on his own computer.
I don't. I'm sorry. Macs are a pain in the ass, so... my thing was attached to a hard drive because I've had the same hard drive since like 2013 is when I bought it.
See, this is why Macs were a mate. This is why Macs suck.
This is why you should not have your internal hard drive should be no less than 1 terabyte of information.
And also, do not put programs on an external hard drive.
Yeah, that
please,
was a port.
For the love of God.
The more you know. Anyway, trust me, you're on the Pro Wrestling Zone. We're talking about 3 shows. I barely won this entire weekend.
Asshole.
So, okay, once we get to the Royal Rumble, you'll see why.
Okay, we are getting the physical belt on Tuesday, and he won. Fuck.
I'm going to have the belt going to Impact, baby. Hell yeah. So, let's talk about NWA Hard Times.
That's true, you are. Fuck you. God damn it.
So, Peanut Gallery. Other than that, Pro Wrestling Zone. This is episode number 22.
Oh.
Lot to cover.
Yes, there is lots to cover. Any news that happened? I would like to send condolences to the family of Kobe Bryant.
Yes, Kobe Bryant.
And his daughter died in a helicopter crash. We are not the first ones to report it, but
we would like
condolences
to them and all of the others who passed away during the crash. We just don't know who else died in the crash.
Right.
So we're not being disrespectful because we're lazy. We're being disrespectful because we don't know.
Right. But really, it's a tragedy. You know, Kobe Bryant is he is once in a generation.
He was 41. He was younger than our parents.
But seriously, he is once in a generation kind of basketball player.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't get those kinds of people very often.
No way.
So my condolences, but everyone's talked about it, even in the wrestling world.
We would at least acknowledge that happened.
Any other news though? Anything else besides Kobe Bryant?
Alexander Wolf is okay.
Yes.
We'll go into that once we get to World Collide.
Yes.
In more detail, but he is okay.
Perfect.
So let's talk about Hard Times. I really liked this show.
It was a good show.
There were some things that were really fucked up, but I think that the pacing was nice.
Yeah.
For how many matches they had, there was some great story building.
Oh, yeah.
This commentary team is fucking crushing it, too. I love this commentary team. Stu Bennett is great on commentary.
Oh, yeah.
So it's awesome. And also, all of this... I was really pissed off about the NWA Television Champion Tournament. I thought spreading it out would have been better over the power shows and then leading into it. But I thought they executed this really well.
They did a pretty good job with it.
But let's get into the first match, which was literally the worst match of the night. I'm sorry.
Trevor Murdoch and question mark.
The question mark. Super over, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor Murdoch was also over, but the question mark is like another level of over.
Right.
It was really cool.
A lot of people like Murdoch, though.
Oh, yeah. No, he's really popular. And the one thing that I was really bothered with this is the 6-minute, 5-second time limit. So I don't mind that they had a time limit on these matches. And I liked how they said, we will determine the winner based on the judges if it gets to that.
But see, Billy Corgan was taking shots. So by the time he got wasted, it was about 6 minutes and 5 seconds. So that's how I determined it. You heard it first from Peanut Gallery.
Yes, Trevor Murdoch and
Fake
question
news.
mark. There was something about this match. There was a lot of sloppiness.
It was very sloppy.
The question mark is a lot older, but I just can't get over that.
Trevor Murdoch cannot carry a match by himself.
Right, and he did a top rope bulldog, which is a fun move. I like it, and the crowd was super hot throughout this whole show. Too.
Oh yeah,
but they loved Trevor Murdoch and the question mark.
Oh yeah,
they made this match.
Yeah.
The next match, Zicky Dice versus Dan Maff.
A little bit better.
It was a little bit. I thought Zicky Dice would have won. I thought that they made the incorrect decision on having Dan Maff win. But Dan Maff is really good. I'm not saying that he's not, but he is like the Ring of Honor guy going into it. So that was kind of weird. But I liked this match a lot. I thought it was kind of fun. And then this match was easily the best out of the 3.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Cross and Ricky Starks. This match was incredibly fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a great match.
Ricky Starks hit his version of the stroke to win the match.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Either way, this would have been fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I liked it. I even said on the notes, it was a fun match.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Tim Storm cut a promo. So a lot of people...
I was pissed. I wanted Ken Anderson.
Really?
Yes, I wanted Ken Anderson.
But this wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't. But I wasn't happy with the fact that he just got a bye.
Tim Storm got a bye.
Right. But I think what should have happened was whoever Anderson beat should have a shot.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Anderson was not medically...
Who did Anderson beat to qualify for this tournament?
I honestly can't remember. I watched the power match. It was a really good match.
But it should have been him and Tim Storm.
Right. But Tim Storm's awesome.
Right.
But he cut a promo. He's a really good promo too.
Oh yeah, he does.
He's a really good promo.
Yep, absolutely.
No wonder he was NWA champion for a while, and I'm kind of pissed off that he can't go for the belt again. Oh, that's our dad.
All right.
We'll just ignore that until we're done with the show.
Yeah, well, I didn't even realize that my thing is still on. There we go. Okay. Anyway, Bennett announced the Crockett Cup in a bigger arena than the regular one. I'm so happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
That means progress, and I think they're really going to build the Crockett Cup to be the WrestleMania of their shows. And I think it's at a really good time, too.
And they're announcing a bigger partnership with ROH.
Yep.
They're going to bring a lot of
ROH people into this. It's going to be great.
I'm very happy about this.
Yeah.
And the Crockett Cup, more eyes on the product.
Yep.
Never a bad thing.
Right.
And also it's in April, so it doesn't really conflict with any other big major wrestling promotion.
Because it happens after WrestleMania.
Right. I mean, except for Rebellion, but at the same time, it's like Impact and that is whatever.
Yeah.
But this NWA World Tag Team Championship match.
Ooh, this is a good match.
I liked it. The Rock and Roll Express versus the Wildcards versus Eli Drake and James Storm. They told, a great story.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody here looked weak whatsoever either.
Right.
And it was a gravy train on Ricky Morton to win. So James Storm and Eli Drake are the tag team champions. A good match, a great after-match promo too.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was incredible.
Yeah.
And, they have a really strong tag division.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And this is like really showing it where they can put two guys together just randomly and they really just gelled so well together.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone here was really good.
Yep.
I was so happy with this.
Yeah.
The Rock and Roll Express did not look weak. I think both of them were going to go to the main event scene in their own way.
Yeah.
Especially with Ricky Morton going for the NWA Worlds Heavyweight Champion beforehand.
Yeah.
And then the Wild Cards are just a really strong, established tag team that could go against anybody or be the champions, and nobody would care.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked it. I'm honestly, this was by far the match of the night to this point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Until the next match. Allysin Kay and Thunder Rosa for the NWA.
This was a great match.
This is for the women's champion.
The storyline
was good.
Unreal
it was solid.
match.
It was a solid.
And also, they gave them good time.
They did.
Which I really enjoyed.
You see, when you give these people good time, there was a lot of emotion too.
Yeah, there is.
This crowd made this show, and this was like a prime example.
Yeah.
There were some sloppy spots in it, but overall, I think that Allysin Kay did not look weak in losing her belt. No. Thunder Rosa is the new champion.
Yep.
And I had no issues. This was my favorite match.
Oh yeah.
Like this one and then the Aldis Gordon match.
Yeah.
Were my two favorites.
Yeah.
This match was just really good. It was a Thunder Driver. Looked really good. Just crushed Allysin Kay.
Oh yeah.
And just God, man, this women's division could be a really strong division. But the problem is with Thunder Rosa winning, who's gonna go for this belt? Because Melina, Marty Bell, and Thunder Rosa are their little squad.
Right.
It's like who else is gonna go for the belt? They could bring up somebody new like that Cuban chick that they had before who's super fucking over. So
yeah, absolutely.
We'll see.
The women's division in NWA looks super fucking bright.
It was a good match, but the division is very small.
It's a small division, but they make the most out of this division.
They do. But we'll see what happens from here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Thunder Rosa is going to hold that for a while.
Oh, absolutely. She's undefeated. She looks really good on television.
Right.
So all good. Their next match, the one thing I loved about this television thing is that they gave us breaks in between, which was really nice.
Yeah.
So our next match was the semifinals between Dan Maff and Trevor Murdoch. This match was a lot better.
This was Trevor Murdoch really shone in this match. He did a really good job with this match.
Oh, yeah. I think Dan Maff really carried it. Both of them have really big experience, but Dan Maff has the athleticism to make it look really good.
Yeah.
And also Trevor Murdoch, where he was injured in the arm and then he was injured in the ribs. It really, built Trevor Murdoch to be a good upper mid-card main eventer.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and see, the thing is that, like I told Tiger Height earlier, Trevor Murdoch was always seen as more of a tag team kind of guy. This is his opportunity to now kind of get into a singles competition. Is everything all right with fathership?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what he said, but...
Male parental unit?
Yes, male parental unit said something weird. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? You can look at it. Don't say anything, but obviously look at it. Oh.
I need you to look at that for me.
Okay. Okay. So, Dan Maff and Trevor Murdoch, it was a top rope bulldog. Trevor Murdoch went to the finals. Like I said, Dan Maff did not look bad in this at all, but I think they're really building Trevor Murdoch to something really good, and I don't mind it. He has this whole... The one thing I love about Trevor Murdoch is that... What can I say? Trevor Murdoch is a man. He's the blue collar guy.
Right. He's a rough and tumble kind of guy. You don't see him do a lot of moves off the top rope. You don't see him a lot do crazy spots. But if you want a guy that
he's a good smash mouth.
Yeah, smash mouth. That's it.
He looks
like
style,
right. He's like your everyday Joe kind of guy.
Right.
People connect with him, and I think that's why when you see a Trevor Murdoch match, there's such a high level of crowd interaction.
Right.
Because not only does Trevor Murdoch have the experience on being on a much bigger stage, is that they're generally filming this stuff in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And they connect with Murdoch, because Murdoch is that guy who's like
from the South. And they're all in the South.
9 to 5, go to work for the man, work your butt off, work your way to it. And I think people
go
connect
home
with
and
it.
pound a couple beers.
Right.
All right. So, anyways, go ahead.
Fun
Tim Storm and Ricky Starks.
This was a great match.
This was probably the best match of the whole tournament.
Really?
I think so.
I like that. I like the finals more, but Tim Storm's really good.
Tim Storm, Ricky Starks. It was a solid match.
Also, Tim Storm's super over.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't win. I chose him to win the whole.
Well, see, that's why it was my favorite. That's why I liked this match so much, was because it was very...
And I think it was good that Tim Storm lost with a crucifix, because it doesn't hurt Tim Storm. Ricky Starks advances, and also, we can see this match again for the title.
We could.
Obviously, I spoiled it, but at the same time...
But I do think this was a good match. This is probably the best match out of the whole tournament. This isn't the best match of the night, but it's the best match of the tournament.
Right, easily. I could see what you're saying, but at the same time, I really like the final match.
Yeah, the finals were okay.
Yeah, whatever. So, Aron Stevens and Scott Steiner for the NWA National Championship.
This is one of my favorite
storylines. This is
one of my favorite storylines coming into this.
So,
I think Aron Stevens and Scott Steiner, they really did a good program together leading up to this.
And I think it's part of that WWE experience.
Yeah.
They know how to work a crowd, and they work the crowd so well.
Yes.
Aron Stevens, I couldn't praise him enough.
There are two very strong characters, and they can hold their own in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
They're not perfect in the ring, but they can hold their own.
So, it was a question mark attack, Scott Steiner.
Yep.
Where he was wearing, like, your little Kill Bill, yellow and black with a stripe down, with a karate, and then he was attacked, which is really leading to Aron Stevens and question mark separating and them having a match, which I think would be really good.
Right.
Because Aron Stevens is a guy that can carry a match.
Oh, yeah.
He is that good.
And Scott Steiner, the experience.
Scott Steiner, though.
But
my God.
He does not age well.
No. He got hit like a ton of bricks. And a lot of people were asking about the shirts because he has a gigantic Confederate flag tattooed on his chest. Like, basically, he had a cut-off sleeve shirt, but if you didn't know, like, all of the stuff on his upper arm, that's tattoo.
Right.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
But yes, he has to wear it due to his contract. And obviously because they don't want to be doing that.
I mean, they're backwards, but they're not that backwards.
And also, the tattoo's garbage. I'm sorry. I'm an artist, and I do tattoos, and it's just a really bad design tattoo. I'm pretty sure he did that on a fucking KKK
Tiger Height's
route.
word for it, by the way. I've never seen it.
look at it. The outline is terrible. There's blowouts everywhere, and it's not packed in. It
sounds like someone got eliminated in the first round of Ink Master.
It probably didn't even get into the fucking competition of Ink Master.
Oh, that's probably true.
So anyway, this was easily the match of the night. Nick Aldis, Flip Gordon.
This was the match of the night.
Easily. NWA Worlds Heavyweight Champion Marty Scurll had to leave the building.
Although he probably didn't.
To get this title opportunity. Yeah, but it's a great... This is good...
It's a good way to build this
good,
up.
Simple story. This shit's not hard.
I can see Marty Scurll versus Nick Aldis at the Crockett Cup. I'm going to call that right now.
Oh, yeah. So this is a prime example of an old-time storyline working in this day of age.
Right.
People talked about this match. It was a clean, easy to digest and understand storyline where a writer can look at it for no more than 5 minutes and work on it instead of trying to get unnecessary ambiance.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. It was simple. It was well executed. The match was great. The stipulation made sense. It made the pay-per-view so much better.
Oh, yeah.
And these two just gelled really well.
Oh, yeah,
together.
they did.
Nick Aldis did roll up Flip Gordon for the win. He's still the world's heavyweight champion.
Yep.
Now, okay, I did want to talk about a lot about Nick Aldis because I remember distinctively when he signed with TNA. I remember his first match. It was against Eric Young. And the progression that I have seen of Nick Aldis from going from Brutus Magnus to Magnus to what we see now is amazing.
Right.
He's great on promos. He looks good. He has great charisma.
Yeah.
He's great heel. He has a great faction. There's nothing about that. He's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And he's young, and it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the kind... Nick Aldis is a guy that WWE wants to have.
Right.
So...
Speaking of guys WWE does not want to have, let's talk about the finals.
I like this match because it was such a feel-good moment. It was Trevor Murdoch and Ricky Starks.
Again, Trevor Murdoch is going against guys who are not his style, which is fine. I think that Trevor Murdoch is really showing... This is why I like Trevor Murdoch. He's really showing his versatility.
He really is.
He's not a cruiser. He's not a tag team guy anymore. Not like he used to be.
Obviously, rest in peace, Lance Cade.
Right.
But at the same time, he could go into a tag team and he knows the experience. He has a good presence about him. I know for a fact he could cut a promo.
Yeah.
I mean, he got singing over.
That's true, he did.
He was a country singer for a while.
Yeah, he was. And people like him.
Yeah.
And,
I like him.
He had a good thing with Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks won with the stroke.
I mean, this pay-per-view really made me like the guy.
I like Trevor Murdoch as...
And I love Ricky Starks, too.
Yeah,
Ricky Starks is the future of this promotion.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
God, I mean, everything up and down this card. I mean, that was the end of the show.
Right.
Ricky Starks is the TV champion. Hell of a moment and a really fun match. Great moment to close the show.
Yep.
Nobody attacked him.
All right, so Tiger Height, match of the night, and then how many stars do you give the entire event?
I'm going to give the entire event a solid 3.75 stars.
Okay.
And Aldis and Gordon was the best match outside of the tournament. And I think Tim Storm and Ricky Starks was the best match in the tournament.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars.
Okay.
I'm going to
Agree with you on match of the night
outside the tournament
and match of the night.
inside the tournament.
Nothing in this.
I think, though, that Trevor Murdoch
And Ricky Starks,
if they went a little bit longer, could have
easily been
Right.
match of the night.
I think they overbooked this show
They
just
did.
a tad
They
bit.
did. They did just
a little bit of overbooking with the show. Again, if they have the tournament finals tonight, even if they had just the semifinals and the finals,
And
the entire tournament being tonight
really kind of
put a damper in things.
Now, what do you think about Mr. Kennedy, or Ken Anderson, possibly getting a TV title match because
I think that he will, but I think he has to go through.
I don't know what he was injured with, though.
I think it was just a concussion or something. He wasn't
medically really?
cleared. He wasn't medically cleared that night, but I think that he needs to go through the opponent that he was supposed to challenge before the TV champion.
I could see Ken Anderson and Tim Storm. Tim Storm is such a good guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he could go for the national champion, television champion, really build some guys up because he's a lot older.
Right.
Also, he looks like our old neighbor, 30 years older, and it's super weird because I'm like, oh my God.
Well, anyways,
I love. Okay, this is the one thing I got out of the show. I love NWA.
Yeah,
NWA.
It's just gonna get better from here.
It feels different. I love it too.
Yeah, it does.
It has a different feel. I was invested,
and it's very refreshing to see.
It is. It's very refreshing. I can't wait for the Crockett Cup.
Oh my God,
we're gonna watch that.
Please come to Vegas.
I would buy tickets,
right?
Easily. I mean, I bought Impact tickets for God's sake.
We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about other wrestling promotions.
Yes. Well, not other wrestling promotions. We're going to talk about other shows.
Other wrestling promotions. Yay!